You're on air.
Oh. Hi, everyone. I'm Jim.
Oh.
This is my podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us. Today it's just me and my daughter. We're just going to have like a little father-daughterly chat. We're just going to talk like we normally talk, like, because we talk.
We be talking.
Sometimes not enough.
No, this is true.
So we can use this opportunity. I have you sequestered.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So now you have to talk. Seems like in my life, I don't know about yours, but it seems like there's never enough time in the day or the week or any time.
Mm-hmm.
Are you feeling that way?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Not during the workday, though.
No?
Then it feels like it takes forever.
Oh, of course. When you're doing things you don't want to do, it takes forever. No one likes work. Everybody wants to get free money and not have to do anything and just be able to do what they want to do. Whether that's partying or drinking or hanging out with their friends or spending time with their significant others or vegging out on the couch or whatever. But there was an interesting question that was posed today. And, it's the guest. Okay, so I produce a podcast here before this one for Team Ambition Fitness. Shout out everybody, Team Ambition Fitness. If you have fitness goals and you just don't know where to get started, you need to go find John Robinson and his team of professionals. He's got a fucking team of people that are like, you've got trainers, you've got medical staff. They have nutritionists that are on board. I mean, they have the entire thing is all there. Everything you need is there for getting your health and wellness back in check. So go find him. But I do produce his podcast here in the studio, which I'm really grateful for the fact that he loves it and he's gotten bit by the bug of podcasting and he likes to do it and he wants to do it every week now. It started out, he was just going to do like 6 episodes or 6 or 7. And that's for the littles. And now he's just continuing on. So I'm down. I'm happy that he's doing that. I look forward to his podcasts because he does have some very interesting people on. And today he had someone she's got, I think I have it written down there. Let me see it. Not the blank one, Ding Dong. The one with stuff written on it. Yeah, hand it to me. I can't see it from there. He had a lady on named Lauren Marchevka. I hope I said that your name right. I am going to schedule her for a podcast with us. She has so many letters behind her name. Okay, she started out, I believe, as a nurse practitioner. Now she is an FNP-BC, PMHNP-BC, DNP, and then in parentheses C. I don't know what any of those things mean. But she has started out with her education and just continued and continued and continued. And now she works for a place called Deep Sea Wellness. And she helps people, like she does, I believe it's ketamine therapy.
Okay.
So she does a little bit of that, and she does get into like psychedelic therapy and stuff like that. And the more that it becomes legal and people understand that there is a real need and that it does have medicinal properties, I think that we're going to start seeing more of that and more of people like her in the space that, that she's in. And she was talking about like people questioning like what's the meaning of life? And usually when I start questioning the meaning of life, I know I need to have some more medicine. Because I usually answer that question when I take that medicine for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't worry about things as much. And I lose anxiety and stress a little bit.
Yeah.
And all the little weird questions that I have in my brain, they're usually answered through the medicine. Mm-hmm. And we're just going to call it medicine.
Yeah.
Because I think that people use the word drugs loosely, and I think that the word drugs is it should not be applied to things like marijuana or psychedelics, psilocybin, what have you. I don't think it should be tied to that. I believe that it should be tied to we're just so backwards in this society. Where we're at, and it really annoys the shit out of me because there's so many people that could be helped through this medicine, and we have just, because fucking 50 years ago or whatever it was, the Sweeping Psychedelics Act of, I think it was like 1970 something, where they were trying to, there was this anti-war movement, and all the hippies were out in peace, man. They were trying to protest, and they were, and it was like they just wanted the wars to stop. Mm-hmm. And needless wars, but there's profit in war, so they're never going to stop. People are territorial, and they want what you have, or you want what they have, and it's, we're territorial apes, and we're going to continue to do this until people understand that, hey, you know what? We're floating through the fucking void and vacuum of space at like millions of light years per hour or whatever it is. And we are all in this little mud ball. And like, come on, bro. Like, we're all on this spaceship together. Like, we need to like get along. And just because you have something that I need or want, right, we shouldn't go to war over that type of shit. And then you start like questioning, like, okay, so you can't have good without bad, because without the bad you can't appreciate the good, right? What do you think about that? You seem like you might not understand what I'm talking about, or like you have a difference of opinion.
Maybe if you've never experienced bad, right? But since we already have bad, what if it went to all good? Then we'd maybe all be like, oh.
You take it for granted.
You think so?
Sorry.
Even if we had already, I think if you had never, like if everyone was always good all the time, maybe then, because I mean you wouldn't know anything else. But since we know bad, if there was no more bad, I think it would. I don't think
I don't
be taken for granted.
I think it would. I think that it would be. I don't think you can have one without the other. I think that's what the whole philosophy behind the yin and yang, the light and the dark, these tropes, like good and evil, it's always been there. And I think that I do think that when people, like, let's just say there's someone that grew up in a household where they never had to work or worry or think about money because maybe their parents were rich and, they've done all that for them, and now they're just living a life of luxury and they take life for granted. They expect everything to be given to them. I think that adversity creates good human beings because it makes you realize that, hey, things are bad, that can be much worse. That things can be bad. That things can be a lot worse, and like it makes you appreciate when it is good.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying. But when she brought up that question, like, what is the, when you start questioning, like, what is the meaning of life? Like, what am I doing here? What is my purpose? And I'm, over the past month, I have really been asking myself that very question. And, like, I think back on my life. And I think, like, I've had a good life, and the best thing, and I know I say this a lot, but the best things that have ever come out of my life is you and your sister, and now my grandchildren.
Yeah.
But that's just under the umbrella of you and your sister. Like you guys are the best thing that's ever happened in my life, and I'm grateful for that. And it's important for me to be vocal about being grateful, because I think when you don't acknowledge what you're grateful for, it's sometimes you
Yeah.
I don't know, you could fall into like a depression about things because you think you don't have anything good in your life. Like, and it's weird because every time, and I don't know if you feel this way too, but like when I have everything is good and I have a lot of good in my life and things are just like overwhelming with joy, it's almost like I get this massive overdose
Waiting
of like
for something.
serotonin.
Oh.
And I just feel like on cloud nine, and I mean, part of me is in the back of my head waiting for the shoe to drop, waiting for the bad to happen, waiting for, and then when it doesn't come, I go right back to that serotonin dump. But it's like a junkie, it's like when you give you're always chasing that dragon, and I don't. And I had another thought too, and I said this on a podcast with Tristan. It's just like when I'm on cloud nine, when I'm having that serotonin dump, when I'm having these great flying high feelings of, no anxiety, everything is good. I've got love in my life. It's coming. Love is just, and happiness and joy is like coming at me from all angles. And things are just rocking and rolling, and I'm having a great time. Like I start realizing that I'm not thinking about what everyone else in my life is feeling and thinking. And I know it's not my responsibility to think about that, because it's each person's own responsibility to think about their own lives and their own happiness.
Yeah, and it's good to not that you're not thinking about those people or worried about them, but to be worried about what everyone in your life is feeling and dealing with at all times is pretty unsustainable.
It is unsustainable, and it's unhealthy.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yep.
But I do, because I'm like I start seeing like people and their faces aren't smiling like mine, and they don't look like they're in as much joy as I'm in. They don't look like they're in a place that I'm in, and I start going, why? Why? Why is that? Like, is it like, should I slow down? Should I calm down a little bit? Like, should I take a step back from all the happiness and joy that I'm having and just check in with my loved ones and my friends and the people that are around me? Like, should I check in? Is there anything I can do to help?
Yeah. I get that.
Yeah, I've been like such a people pleaser my whole life. And I've worked so hard to not do that. Yeah. And
hard.
Sometimes you go too far. Like, I think there's an overcorrection, where like, and you start saying no to everybody and everything. And you just like, no, that's not, I didn't have that idea. I didn't think of that. So that's not something I want to do for me.
Right.
It's like, I only want to do the things, I only want to do what I want to do. And, it's like, nothing else matters. But I don't know. I have been questioning the meaning of life, like, why the fuck am I here? Like, why am I doing this? Why am I out here breaking myself at work every day, for a little bit of money and just to barely scrape by? And, thank God for, my financial advisors helping me. But like, it's been a rough couple of months, and I haven't been doing so. Like, I was doing really, really good the first like 4 months or whatever. And now I'm just kind of falling off. I'm spending more. And this is like a thing. And I don't know if this is like the fucking universe or God or whatever you want to believe in. It's like, No, Jim. You have a station that you need to be at. You have a place in the world that you need to stay at, and you're getting way above that station. So we have to break you down now. Because when I get a little bit of money in my bank account, my car breaks.
Yep.
Dogs get sick. Something always happens.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And my own health. Like I've been to. Oh, I didn't do that on. Oh, that was not good. There was a little piece of thing, and I flicked it. It went in my. That's okay. I'll drink it. It's whatever. Like I neglect my own health.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to not. I'm gonna need you to go to the doctor.
Yeah, I mean, I need
regular checkups.
I got teeth that I need to get looked at. I need to get I need to go to. Well, I have to find a new doctor because my schedule that I'm now on with the weekends off and everything with work, it's my doctor's office decided they are not going to be open on the fucking weekends.
Super convenient.
So now I have to find somebody that's either open on the weekends or open late.
Later,
so I can, but also like when I go, I like to get blood tests done. If I do get blood tests done, I don't want to go to another lab. I like to get it done at my place if I'm getting a physical, because it can all be rolled up under the physical, which is covered by my insurance.
I'm really bad. If it needs to be done at another lab, I never end up getting it done. It's
100%.
a cycle.
It is a cycle.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, okay, thanks. I'll take these labs. And then I
never go.
Don't.
Well, because they are not your primary care or whatever. And it's like, I don't know. I need to recheck my insurance and see what I'm covered for. But like, it's like they always end up charging you the full price, and it's like, you know what?
Never mind.
Yeah, I don't want that. But I've always had a really good relationship with this place. I like them, but just like, come on, guys, just stay open on a Saturday, bro. I can run in on an early morning Saturday and just get things knocked out and be done. But anyways, but you neglect things in your life because you just don't have time or you just, it's just fucking weird. Like I look back on my life, like I have faint memories. Like your memories are probably more vivid of your childhood than mine.
Are you sure about that?
Maybe. I mean, well, you're closer to them than I am, is all. But I have faint memories of being a child and just remember, and just like, it seemed like the fun lasted forever. Yeah. When, before you had to enter the workforce and enter school and even during school. But
right. That was the worst thing. It was like, oh, I got to go to school.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, the worst thing ever.
No, it's not the worst thing ever. But just like it just seemed like time will never end. You don't think about like it's dark shit. Like I think of dark shit these days. It's like when you think of like passing on or whatever, you're like, yeah. That's been the question for humans for a long time, has been, what happens when you die? And it's like, you just fucking flicker out, like you just, like you're gone.
I wonder about how I will die. I always just hope it's not like a zombie apocalypse and I'm just slowly getting like torn apart. That would be miserable.
I'm talking about like after you.
No, I know. Yeah,
the dying is done. Yeah. Hey, don't forget to change your picture, the camera onto you.
You
now.
caught me.
Yeah, I know. You're just trying to skeet away.
I'm the captain.
Yeah, well, the captain's sucking right now.
No.
We're going in circles. But, oh, God, what was I even saying? What are you looking at there?
I was seeing if you had one where we're both on the screen.
Yeah.
And there is, but it's a little...
wonky.
Oh, because it's meant for...
3. It's meant for the 3. Yeah. I got to reset that. I set it up the other day for that and this chair to be on, but yeah. Anyways, it's whatever.
Yeah, I try, okay, fine. I put it on. I try not to think about what happens after death.
Well, I had a meltdown in my car the other day.
Oh, no.
I think it was Friday, early morning. I'm driving to work, and like I'm in my car and I'm just driving, and the low tire pressure monitor sensor thing came on, and I was like,
fuck.
You know, and it's something in me snapped. And I grew let me go back and tell you that, like, and I mean, you weren't really raised in a church or with religion or anything. You know, we kind of wanted you to find it for yourself if you ever wanted it. You know, you were baptized as a baby, which is weird to me. I mean, I guess whatever. How I came up in the church thing was you get baptized when you understand what it means,
and like
you choose to live that life and to be washed of your sins and you start anew, which also is very convenient.
The thing was, like, if you're wasn't it kind of fucked up? Like, if you don't get your baby baptized and something happens, they're going straight to hell. Pretty sure that's like what Baba, and then, you know, that you know,
you're
not saved there, you know.
Yeah, there's that, and then there's also, they were like worried about like attachments happening, you know, like oh, demons can get inside and da 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 da.
Like protection.
So it's a bit of protection for the baby, but also, I don't know. So
they're not damned for eternity.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Right. But I had a meltdown over one little thing, you know, like and I started like, when I was a kid, I prayed a lot. I did.
Same.
I felt like God was my buddy, and he was just there, and he listened. And I think it was more about like self-affirmations than anything. I feel like it was just me saying the things that were troubling me, and then I kind of came up with the answer on my own. You know, like, I don't know if that makes sense, but... And then at some point, I just stopped, you know, because it felt like, well, if there is an entity out there that's listening and like helping me cope with anything that's hurting me or messing me up, boy, I'm really just taxing the shit out of them, you know. So I was just like, and also I kind of stopped really believing, you know, or not so much that I don't believe that there's a God, but I just don't believe that there's an intelligence, an omnipotent, whatever, being that's out there floating around in the cosmos, that's listening to all of our little prayers, that's listening, and that is someone that there's, what, 9.8 billion people on this earth? Like, come on, dude. What? You know, so I just, like, I had that, and I just was like, you know, and I was like, if you're fucking there, I need you to come sit in this truck with me and tell me. You got some explaining to do, bro. Like, if you're real, like, are you testing me? Like, am I just being tested over the last, like, 12 years? Like, is this what's happening? Because it's been a roller coaster for me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, like, monetarily, mentally, you know, when I say spiritually, I don't mean like religiously. I mean like my spirit, you know, like I've been tested at almost every angle and every corner of life. And, you know, it's just like, I just went off and I just was like, I to nobody.
Yeah.
But because I don't believe anybody's listening. I don't believe there's anybody out there that can guide you and touch you. And, you know, when people are praying over people that are sick, I think that's for their own edification, their own satisfaction. It makes them feel better. I don't think that there's any real, you know, you can't tell me that there's anything real there. Like the power of prayer, you know, no, if somebody's laying it's the power of the medical team that's working on them, you know, and you just better hope that they know what they're doing and that they're skilled.
Well, sometimes things go wrong, no matter how skilled you are, and then sometimes people still kind of pull through, and it's a miracle.
Maybe.
Sometimes.
I think it's just I don't know if it's a miracle, though. I mean, you know, like I said, people call it a miracle. You know, miraculous things happen.
Right.
You know, like, sure, it's a miraculous thing because
the chances of survival were like very low.
Right. Or the chances of what actually happened were extremely low.
Right.
Like 1,000,000 to 1, you know, and So for something like that to happen, you know, because I know that there's been cases where people were pronounced dead and then they fucking wake up like an hour later, you know, after everything stopped being resuscitated and everything. And then they always come back with this tunnel of light, you know, story or whatever. And I just like, I don't know what to believe,
Yeah.
you know, and not only that, but it's like, why do I care? You know, why do I care? Like when I'm gone, my consciousness is just gone. It's just gone. Like, you know, like you could be one of those that believe that like you're reincarnated or,
Yeah.
you know, but you're all your thoughts and feelings, those aren't going to be with you.
Maybe.
You get
You don't
cleaned. You get like washed of all of that.
You don't know.
I don't know.
So
It could be why when people are like, you know, they start remembering their past lives and stuff. And then they go to like hypnotherapy and they like have like past life regression. Have you seen that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And they start talking about all this crazy shit that they did.
Mhm. Or sometimes kids will just like start talking about,
Mm-hmm.
oh, well, Ricky Bobby or something. I don't know. You know
Yeah.
what I'm about?
Yeah. Well,
I
I
know
remember. I mean, I don't actually remember this, but I do remember my mom telling me that one day she was in the kitchen cooking, and I came up to her, and I was very little, and I don't even know. I don't know where this came from. Why I said it. I don't remember saying it, but apparently I just walked up to her one day and I said, "Mom, I used to be a little black girl." And at that point,
Interesting.
yeah, I mean, I don't even
She
know
was probably like,
what the fuck.
what?
Well, I don't even think I understood what words I was saying.
Right.
You know, because I was very little.
It just like came out.
Yeah.
Just
But and
naturally.
she apparently I had like vivid memories of being a little black girl.
Huh.
And I'm like, huh.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, and I haven't had any thoughts or feelings or anything like that late, you know, ever again. And again, I don't even remember saying that.
Right. It's just crazy because you were a kid.
Is it-
that
yeah,
You
and you-
didn't know.
Yeah, I didn't, it was not like any TV shows or cartoons that we watched. It was nothing that we learned in school, or I don't even know if I was in school. That's how little I was. Like,
Right.
there's no way that I would have known to put those words together in that fashion without something being there.
Right.
So it's just weird to me that like that would ever even happen. But like I said, nothing ever since. You know, you had some odd stuff happen when you were a little tyke, a little baby, and we always thought you were very attuned to.
So special.
Well, you were special, but I always thought you were very attuned to like things that are paranormal, you know, and I don't mean just ghosts and stuff like that,
No.
but I felt like I was like, because I did not, we used to watch shows like The Long Island Medium, which she's been outed. She's a total
Yeah.
fake. John Edwards, total fake. So it's really hard for me to like believe in people being mediums. I'm sure there might be some people out there, but the ones that get famous, I highly doubt it.
Yeah.
The ones that stay quiet and don't want people to know, like those might be the real ones. Those might be the
Right.
ones that like, you know, I'm not trying to capitalize on this because it's like, it's not, I don't view it as a
Right.
blessing. I view it as a curse. But I mean, I often wondered if we would have nurtured that in you.
Yeah, I do. I know. Sometimes I'm be trying some stuff. Your friend from forever ago. Do you remember Bella?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
was
definitely
super
thought
cool.
she definitely thought you had something special about you.
Oh, I'm special, all right.
She thought she was I swear she was like the closest thing to like a spiritual medicine woman person type, you know.
She was super cool.
Very.
Taught me some things.
She taught me a lot too. And I thought I've thought about that friendship that I had with her
Yeah.
a lot, you know, because it just stopped.
Yeah, it did. Just kind of.
Because I feel like her and we spent so much time together, like not together, but like we talked on the phone.
Right.
Literally, we would talk for hours. Like I would spend almost my entire work day talking to her on the phone, you know, and, you know, like literally every day, like a 6 to 7 hour or 8 hour fucking conversation,
Right.
you know, and like sometimes we would talk so long that our phones would just stop. They would just hang up and then we'd have to call each other back. But, you know, at like 4 hours, it would just, no, we're not doing this anymore. And then we'd have to call each other back. But like we talked about life and love and happiness and being upset. We talked about everything.
Yeah.
I talked about relationships. She talked about hers, and we confided in each other everything. And it was like having your best friend in your ear all the time. And, then she got, close with you, and I appreciated that. And it was weird. Like, I can remember the exact last conversation I had with her. She was like checking in on me. Hey, just checking in. Are you good? And I said, yeah, I'm actually good. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm really good. And that was the last conversation we ever had. It was almost as if we were put into each other's lives.
For like a blip.
Yeah, for a specific reason, to help each other to get through a tough time.
Yeah.
And tough emotions and things that we were both feeling. Because I had just gone through a divorce. She was dealing with a lot at home. And it was like...
paths just crossed.
It was almost like when we were both, like, I don't want to say the word healed.
Right,
but we were
coming
like...
out of...
You were... Well, it was like, I'm good now. And we both just went like, okay. Like distant...
See you later.
Like travelers meeting each other at a crossroads and then just going together until there's another crossroads. And then when you get to that crossroads, you go, okay, well, we've gotten to our destination, and we separate.
Yeah.
And like, she's popped up on my timeline a couple of times, and but like I value those types of relationships. I value those types of things. I think there is no meaning to life. I think there is no meaning to it. I don't, and I don't. Let me finish before you snap judgment. I mean, what I mean is the meaning is whatever you make it. So it's like there's no blanket meaning to life. I think we are... I mean, I go down lots of rabbit holes with this shit.
Yeah.
I mean, we could go aliens, we could go, whatever. But I do think that there's... whatever meaning you put on your life, that's your meaning.
Right. There's not like a specific... Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Right. So it's good in that way that you can create your own meaning. But and people just ask themselves the question all the time, like, what is the meaning of life? What is the meaning of life? I think they need to stop asking that question and start thinking about what meaning do they want their life to have.
Right.
Do you want to be, and what legacy do you want to leave? How do you want to be remembered? Or do you want to be remembered? Do you want to lurk in the shadows and not be remembered, or just be a footnote, or do you want people to remember you? And how do you want them to remember you? Like, I hope that, and I know this is a morbid ass conversation, and don't cry. But like, I'm just saying, I hope that when I'm not here anymore, that everybody just laughs and remembers me as, goofy and fun and funny and, deep sometimes, and just like just a good dude. I just want to be that good dude for people. Like I want people to know or remember that I would give you the shirt off my back if I had to, but... And in that way, I mean, and you and your sister, y'all are my legacy. Y'all are how I continue, in your thoughts and prayer, or not prayers, but in your thoughts and memories and things of that nature.
And one of your purposes, I think, was definitely to be a dad.
For sure. I love being a dad.
Not that was like all, you have...
No,
much more, but
I have, ever since, ever since I've separated from your mom, and we're not all living under the same house. Like, I feel like, okay, well, I'm still a dad, so I'm still doing dad stuff, but like, everybody kind of grows up and goes their own little separate ways and creates their little lives, and which is, I get that, and I want that for you. Like, I want you and your sister to be out here creating your own lives and your own families and prospering and doing well. And I've always wanted for y'all is to never have to worry about much, you know, and in the way that like the world is a fucked up place.
Right.
You know, like I don't want y'all to have to worry about that. Like I want you to be confident and strong in your beliefs and in your, you know, and in character as you know, as a human being, and how you treat other people and how you want to be treated and how you allow people to treat you, you know, and how you would treat yourself. I mean, like those are the things I've always wanted. And it's weird because like ever since I was a kid, I always knew I wanted to be a dad, like always. And it like honestly, you know, I know I have a lot of good other things in my life, but I'm not. Nothing will ever top being a dad. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It is It has not only changed how much I love, but it has opened up and expanded the capacity for love. So it's like when your health bar on a video game is this, and then you get like a little, you know, you can get a little health booster thing, and then it goes a little further. And then you're like, oh shit, now I got this much room. I got more room. I can fill it up with health, and I'll you know, so that's my capacity for love has gotten greater.
Right.
And, you know, but it's just weird being out here. It's like, okay, my kids are grown up.
I'll say it's weird as well. It felt very fast.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't know. You're a kid, and then you're not a kid.
You had to grow up faster than most people.
I also, like, when you said something earlier about the remembering childhood memories, I don't know. There's a lot I do not remember, unfortunately. So it just kind of felt like one weird day I was kid, and then you wake up and it's like, oh, no.
Yeah.
I'm not a kid.
Well, I mean, like again, and it's becoming more and more like normal, you know, like divorce. It's like you know, you're breaking up with your girlfriend, but it's not.
Right.
But it's not. Like literally, like I took those vows the most serious I've ever taken anything in my life. And like I was ready and willing to just be, you know, like happy on one hand and then miserable on the other hand.
Yeah.
Like I was like, this is the hand I'm dealt. I'm gonna live it. This is this is life now, you know. And I was fine with that.
Right.
As long as I had you guys, and you know, and everything was copacetic. You know, like I didn't care about me or like my depression or my worries or like my anxiety. None of that shit mattered.
Well, and with the whole divorcing thing and how you're seeing a lot more of it, I feel like a lot of people, they get married and then, you know, like as of lately, I've seen a bunch of friends from like, well, not really friends, but just people I knew, everyone getting married real fast, and I feel like people don't mean their vows as much. And instead of just staying dating, they're like, oh, well, let's get married. And it's like, and then they get divorced in like a year,
right,
or something.
And it's twice as bad. Like that's bad enough.
And then they have babies.
Yeah, when you add kids to the mix, it's like, oh my God, you know, like now you're not just fucking yourself up, you're fucking up a kid, you know, and so like that's, you know, and I again, it's a worry that I've always had with the kids, you know, and I know that like it's tough on you and it's tough. It was tough on Gabby. Might have been, I know it was tough on her, but I like she was a little older and she said something to me when I was packing up to go that like it rocked me to my core when she said it. That because and not for any reason that most people would think, but like it was just the fact that she was so grown up about it. Like she was so like she knew, she understood,
Right.
and she looked at me and she said, "You deserve so much better, Dad." And I was like, "Holy shit!"
Damn.
And I didn't even see that at that in that moment, in that time period. I was just no. Everything that I worked so hard for, everything that I built was crumbling, you know, and I didn't see it as I deserved better.
Right.
You know, I didn't see that.
Just like life changing.
Yeah, but for her to point that out to me,
Yeah.
as I'm leaving, I was like,
Hmm.
I was like almost at that point. I didn't worry too much about her as much
Right.
because I felt like she obviously had a
Right.
pretty fucking good lock on
Understanding.
things.
Right.
You know, I worried about
Yeah.
you
I don't
because you
think
were
I did
so
very
young. You know, you were
Yeah.
so young and you didn't know.
It was very more confusing.
Right.
And of course, what really was the kicker was I was on a trip, and then when I came back, you had been, yeah, that was more weird. And then shortly after that, then she left. So that was weird.
Yeah, and then you were left on your own, and that's never good. Like I had the same thing happen to me when I was a
Yeah.
kid.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously, my dad left me when I was much younger, and you know, at least you got to grow up with me.
Yes.
I grew
very
up
thankful.
without a dad,
Mhm.
you know, which is happening a lot more these days as well. I'm hoping that it becomes less of a trend.
Yeah.
Bruce, what's up, Bruce?
Hey.
Sorry, I had the chat open.
I
over
know. I
here.
was like, I don't see the chat.
Oh, it's not open over there. My bad. I got it over here.
Lots of comments.
But yeah, it's at least you had time to grow up with your
Mhm.
dad and you know and your mom and
Yeah.
you know
Oh, yeah.
like we had a pretty good run,
Mhm.
you know, and
I'm very grateful.
I'm happy how things have turned out now.
Right.
You know, in my life, like I've had to like start over so many times. It's unfucking real. Like, and it's like no one person should have to do that. No one person should have to start over this many times. But if you have the resolve and the will to do it, then you're going to be okay.
Right.
You know, and I know that. I know that here, but in here it's like, God damn, you know, like what is happening right now? And I'm literally waiting for the shoe to drop, the fucking, you know, the tiny house to fall on top of my head and my legs shrivel up when someone takes the ruby slippers off my feet, like,
Yeah.
you know, or splash water on me and I'm melting, you know, whatever.
Hate that feeling.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of Wizard of Oz references there.
Yes.
You know, but yeah, I'm constantly waiting for that. And I am in a really good place in my life right now. Like I'm happy. I mean, obviously the job sucks. Work sucks. You know, I love to do this.
Right.
I'm glad that you're helping me. I miss Patrick, you know, but I'm glad that you're here.
He was better.
Well, you'll do fine. You're doing fine. And it's funny because when I tell guests that my daughter produces my show, they're like, "Oh, that's so sweet." And it is. It's something, you know, I don't take it.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't take it for granted. So understand that I'm really happy that you stepped up to take on the mantle. But, you know, I got into a funk this morning and I posted on my stories. I just a picture and I said contemplating, and then I put a little box at the bottom. Guess what I'm contemplating? Obviously, you know, there were some people, Amanda, that were silly because that's what we know. She said, you're contemplating whether you like it in the butt. And I was like, no, that's not it. That's definitely not it. That's not the thing I'm contemplating. No, I go through this occasionally, periodically, but I was contemplating whether I'm going to do this or not anymore. You know, I came home this morning and I started doing the dishes and cleaning up the house, and you know, I de-shedded the dogs and did all my little things and cleaned up the bathroom. I'm just like, I got to stay busy or I'm going to sit down and rot. So
Yep.
I did all of that, and then, you know, Alana was there, and I just was like, I just had a freak out again. Like I was like, I don't know if I'm going to fucking do this anymore. I'm going to sell all this shit and just, you know, put the money in the bank and just call it a day.
Silly. Money would not stay in the bank.
No, it won't.
I have same trait as you.
Yeah. I am quick to do that. But I have, this is the one constant thing that I've never given up on. As many times as I've thought about doing it, I've never given up on it. I've never stopped. I may miss here and there, but I don't ever stop. Because, you know, you're just like, I was just questioning, like, why am I doing this? You know, like I know why. I mean, I love to sit down and talk.
Yeah.
Especially with, you know, meeting new people or talking to old friends, you know, whatever. You know, I love it. Absolutely do. but like,
You just were asking why.
yeah, because sometimes, like I don't look at my stats and stuff. Like
Yeah.
I don't look at views. I don't look at comments. I don't look at any of that shit. I just go on live. We talk forever, how long, and then we end it and I call it a fucking day. I go on about my business,
Yeah.
and I don't worry about what's happening on the fucking internet. I tried, I used to be very, very invested in my own self and like where am I at? Oh my God, I only got this many subscribers. I need more views, this and that. But I don't care.
Right.
I truly don't. I don't care.
I think that's really important. And a lot of people who do social media things, that's hard for them to get to.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm not saying that those people are doing it for the wrong reasons.
No.
It's their reason,
Right,
know.
and that's allowed to like worry about what you got going on.
100%.
But it's very cool that you don't.
Yeah, I just don't like. There's I had that guy Kyle McCrone on and Ben's 47. They've become like full-time content creators, and I love that for them.
Yeah,
I do. I want them to succeed.
And they enjoy it.
Yeah, their life is enjoyable, but I don't think it's for everybody. Like if I did this shit 24/7, I'd probably lose my goddamn mind.
Right.
Like if I was literally always on and thinking about what
next thing.
Yeah, I got to post 6 or 7 clips a day. I just need to keep posting all day, every day. Like I would lose my goddamn mind.
Right. And some people like that. I mean, it's a job, and I think it's more time consuming than people think. But I think people who, I don't know, like them, that do it full time, it gives them a little freedom, like a different kind of freedom. Like you still have to do stuff and get things done, but
but you're not
up
spending
to you.
8 to 10 hours a day at a job.
Yeah. Even though it's definitely more time consuming, I would say.
Yeah, it's more 24/7.
Yeah, all the time.
There's another young man that's here in Jacksonville that like I've been talking to, and he's so funny. He was like, "How do I get on the show?" He is an aspiring content creator like Kyle.
Yeah.
He does similar content, and he was reaching out to me, and he's like, "I want to come on the pod. Da, da, da. How do I go about doing that?" And I said, "Well, you took the first step already. You reached out."
There we go.
And I said, "I'm going to watch your page for a little while, and then I'll get back to you." And I did reach out to him, and of course, people have lives and they do things and they, all that. So, he was busy and I was like, fuck it, come on the show. I don't know how many times a year I'll have people like that in, but like, I mean, they're interesting people if nothing else. They have a different way of thinking. So like, I want to pick their brain, not specifically about what they're doing, but just let's talk.
Yeah.
Let's just talk and find out who you really are. Like, why are you doing this, or what do you think about this, or what you think about that? Like, those are the conversations to me that I really enjoy. Now there are specific conversations like with Bruce and Align Money Mastery, shout out, that I want to specifically know about finances and what's going on in the world. Like Bruce is very attuned to like political stuff, like what's going on in the world, because everything that's going on, it affects finances. So it kind of, you have to kind of be, in line with that stuff and know what the hell's going on, because that's your business.
Right.
Finances are your business. And if like this fucking war or this, oil thing or, whatever's going on, if it affects money, you need to probably know so you can advise,
right.
you can advise your clients and yourself as well. So like, I appreciate people like that, and I love picking those brains. That's not that, it came out wrong. I don't pick actual brains.
He meant what he said.
Brains
goes through the nose.
Right. Yeah, a little lobotomized.
Ooh.
Yeah, but back to the medicinal things. I definitely need to. I need to take some more medicine.
Go see a doctor.
Well, that's not what I was talking about.
Oh.
I need to.
I see.
I need to deep dive into my consciousness. If you understand what I'm saying now.
Yes.
Okay.
Still see a doctor.
Oh well, of course. I definitely need to. I need to, and I'll do that. I'll talk about that later, or on off air. But
they didn't see that.
Fists up.
No witnesses.
She's gonna punch me. No, I do. But I think I'm actually pretty damn healthy right now. It's just
That's good.
I take a fucking handful of vitamins every day. What is it? I don't even magnesium, calcium, zinc, D3, B12 or a B complex. So it's got all the B's in it.
I see.
Vitamin C, fish oil. I don't know what I can. It's a fucking gob.
A handful.
That's breakfast. Literally, I
better
can
eat some food with
well,
that.
I do eat.
Okay.
I do eat because it will fuck your stomach
Yes.
up if you don't. But
Exactly.
like when you take those certain things, like if you take zinc on an empty stomach, it will fuck your shit up.
I learned that lesson the
Yeah,
hard way.
but I know I eat a little something in the morning, and then
Yeah.
I take all those vitamins, but I do that daily, and so like I said, I feel pretty healthy. I do very very minimal workouts.
Hey, that's okay.
Like I there was a time when I was like working out a lot.
Yeah.
When I was back in the second apartment and they had just built that brand new gym, it was nice to be able to just go over there, hit the key fob and work out for an hour and then go take laps in the pool, and then go to work, or I could do it after work or whatever, and plus there was nowhere for the dogs to shit. So I had to like walk them around the neighborhood. We'd walk like 2.5 miles and they loved it, and I loved it.
Yeah.
So I was probably the healthiest I had ever been at that moment. Plus I was doing food prep every day. It was either beef, chicken, or fish, and then some vegetable, and it was all prepped and ready. I would cook it, on Sunday and just have everything ready to go. And especially after I quit drinking, I definitely felt an elevation in health, which is so crazy because I know you drink. Everyone in my life drinks.
But I will say, when you, I had moments where I was, consuming alcohol more heavily and irresponsibly, and I had no motivation to do anything.
Right.
At all. But then,
I believe alcohol is a depressant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, among other things, it's toxic.
Right.
You're poisoning your body. And I'd see my friends and my loved ones, and when someone comes to, and they say, because I quit drinking, and one of the main things that caught my brain, other than the fact that I was drinking a bottle every single day, religiously, it was one of those things. It's a statement that people make. I've had a shitty day at work. I'm getting fucked up.
Right.
That is the beginning of alcohol abuse or whatever substance abuse that you're utilizing at that time. When you've had a shit day and you just want to escape from the day, so you drink and get fucked up so you don't worry about it no more. But guess what? Those worries don't ever go away.
No.
They just get jumbled up.
I feel like once people get to that extent and they're doing that more often instead of like a one-time thing, like I did really have like something really bad today, so I'm gonna have a little whatever, take my mind off of things. But I think, what was I trying to say, eventually people will start looking to have a bad day, I feel like, and you're like, oh,
everything becomes bad.
Right.
Every single day becomes a bad day. And you're never happy, and you just it's a cycle, and you get into this.
I gotta have a...
And maybe less of a cycle and be more linear, because it's like it doesn't stop unless you fucking stop it. But it's just like, I don't know. I see my friends and my loved ones that do drink, and I don't judge people. Do what you do, boo. I don't care. Be happy. If that shit makes you happy, fucking do it. But number one, it costs a lot of money Okay. And it's a waste of money to me personally, but so are fucking cheeseburgers, right? Both could kill you, but it's like, do what makes you happy. But like, if you could step back and see yourself how I see you,
right,
you know, and see what you're doing to yourself, like maybe you would think twice about it.
Right.
You know, like, okay, you have goals, right? You have all these goals right here. Here's your goals. Right here. This is your goals. And we're going to set that right here. And there's my goals. Well, this is the alcohol. Okay. This is substance abuse right here. And it is blocking you from your goals because you will never achieve your fucking goals until you get rid of this. You know, and I'm not, again, I'm not preaching.
No. Yeah.
I'm not browbeating. I want people to be happy. And if you know, getting fucked up is your thing, then do that. I don't care. I can live with it. I can live with you doing that.
Right.
It doesn't, you getting fucked up does not affect me at all. Like none, other than sometimes I don't, you know, when some people get too hard and they go too hard, and you almost get embarrassed for them. You're like, maybe draw back, just pull it back a little bit. Like I'm not sure I want to be around you if you're that fucked up all the time.
Yeah.
Like if you have to be fucked up, like I kind of, sometimes I start taking it a little personally. I'm like, oh, you got to be fucking drunk to hang out with me? The fuck? But I mean, again, I'm not judging anybody. I'm not saying that, you know, you're a bad person or whatever. I don't believe that.
People just need to be careful with it, and they need to be, you know, considerate.
Maybe break the cycle and drink only when you're having a great day, instead of when you're having a bad day.
Every day I'm having a great day.
Yeah, then
then that's the problem, right?
No, but that's fine. I would almost accept that alcohol abuse. I would almost accept that substance abuse. If you trained yourself to always be having a great day, and then you're never having a bad day, fucking whatever works, bro. You know, but like there's so much fucking depression going on right now, and I think a lot of it has to do with, obviously, you know, shit's hard to live right now. Right. It just is. But I mean, it doesn't fucking have to be hard to live. You know, we don't all have jobs that we like. We don't all make the amount of money that we would like to make. Right. You know, shit's expensive, whatever. But when you stand back and look at what you're fucking spending your money on, right? You know, like, what? Why are you? Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Just fucking stop.
I think as long as if you're consuming alcohol, you know, in whatever amounts you're doing, as long as it's not gonna, I don't know, cost you, like you said, your goals and stuff, and you're responsible with it, you know. Yeah,
but most people aren't.
Yeah.
Especially when you get to a certain level. You get to, like, I know when I was drinking, like I could have, like, you know, my poison that I liked was, you know, Jameson whiskey. I'd put it in the freezer and it would be so good. It was like syrup when I poured it into my cup. And I would have a little Scotch glass and I would fill it like like a quarter of the way full. And I was like, okay, that's all I need. Just a little nip just to fucking get me, you know, back to square. And then it was like, once you had that, you know, you relaxed a little bit. And then you're like, oh,
I want some more. That was cool.
Yeah, that felt really good. Let me hit it again. It's been an hour or two. I can drink it a little bit more now. It'll be fine.
And then you get sick.
Well, no, then you start, and then your inhibitions go away, and then you just finish the bottle, and you're like, oh shit, now I'm fucked. I can't walk right, and no one wants to be around me right now. Right. You know, but I don't know. I don't want to just, like I said, I'm not browbeating. I have plenty of people that like to drink in my life. I just worry that it's a crutch. And and the people that I love, you know, like I love these people deeply, and I don't want to see them fall into a depression. I don't want them to see them. I don't want to see them using a crutch like that. Right. When I see so much fucking potential in these people. It is unreal. Like I see it And I wish that I could mirror it to them so they could see it.
Right.
I wish that I could show people how much potential they had. I wish I had a little, I could hold up a fucking iPad or something and show, look, do you see all this potential you have? You're good at this. You're good at that. You're good at that. You're good at a lot of things, but you're not utilizing these skills.
Right.
Why are you not utilizing these skills for good? Use your power for good, not just evil,
Yeah. Well, and I think like the whole crutch thing, if you can tell that it is a crutch for someone, I think that's already, that's a bad point. But if anyone can, like, if you can be completely okay with the idea of alcohol being removed from your existence, like you would just
any
be fine,
substance,
and I think you're okay with it. Like, but it's when people are like, oh my God, I couldn't imagine life without, anything.
Right.
But,
I mean, and it's not just substances. It's like there's
emotions.
a lot emotional stuff. There's physical things that, people like fucking. There's people that are addicted to eating couch cushions. Okay,
Yeah.
There's people that are.
I told you not to talk about.
Oh, sorry.
I'm just kidding.
There's people that are addicted to working out, which is something I've always worried about. Like with working out, because when I was living by with in the apartment and everything, and I was working out so much, like I did feel like I was addicted to it because I felt so good.
Right.
I was like,
fixated on it.
Yeah, I hyper fixated on it, and it was like, dude, I like legit never felt so good in my life. Like I had energy in the morning when I woke up.
It's not a bad. I mean, it can be a bad thing if you get like injured because you do it so much, but it's a good thing to be.
Like, I mean, like there's a guy that comes up a lot, with me because he's very inspirational. But then when you look at like what he's doing, he is literally addicted to the grind, and so much so that he is breaking his body.
Yeah.
There's a guy named David Goggins. He has his knees have been repaired like 4 times, and he's literally bone on bone on his knees. Like doctors are like baffled that he's even walking, much less running, the Moab 240, and I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like it's a 240-mile race that you're running through the fucking desert, up and through mountains and terrain and all this other crazy shit.
You lost me at running. That other shit. Woo. Wow,
right?
That's crazy.
But yeah, it's people like that, that I worried about becoming. And and I was like, so I kind of dialed it back, and then I dialed it back so much that, we're here now. I don't even, I don't have motivation to do any of it. But like I have, I've got my Jordan with Align Money Mastery. I have him every month. He kind of helps guide me through my financial betterment, if you will. I need someone like that, but just for like time management, because I am so bad with time management, and I have been trying my hardest to be not a no man, but like a yes man more. I wanted to say yes to things more, in my life this year. I wanted to, and I've done that, and it's been good.
Right.
But I've gotten so busy that I've literally filled up every single day. I think there might be one day that after I work all day, I come home and there's nothing going on. And it feels good to not stop, but then it also does start to wear on
There's
you.
There's good and bad.
Right.
With that.
Yeah. And then I start to I'm like, you get exhausted, you wore out, and you realize now my time's not my own, and I've got all these, I've got all these
things you have to get done.
Commitments is the word I was looking for, but I've got
Yeah.
all these commitments now that I've created for myself that I now no longer own my own time.
I was going to say time already taken up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's that's overwhelming.
Right.
And I think that probably had a lot to do with my thoughts this morning. Like, why am I still doing this? Because I am now in a mode where I'm like looking for spare time, looking for every minute that I can to like reclaim it and it's keep it as my own, so like, and I don't know what that looks like anymore. I don't know how to get there anymore. I don't. But I'm not going to stop doing this. I do enjoy it very much. And even if I don't have a guest, this is nice.
Right. This is what you see, but it's what you're choosing to do with your time. So you know.
So this is me reclaiming my time a bit, but I've got someone scheduled, not next week, but the week following. So I've got to find somebody for next week. But I've got a lot of reschedules coming up. Hopefully, because I scheduled and then they, something happened and hopefully we can reschedule. So I've got a bunch of those going on and we'll see. We'll see what happens. But like, regardless, even if nobody shows up, we'll do this and we can continue to talk. We can be silly. I don't know why I was in such a serious fucking mode today.
Hey. Needed to talk about stuff, maybe.
Yeah.
It's good.
Yeah.
It's where your mindset was a little.
Podcast therapy.
And then maybe it'll be a little different after.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope so. I I definitely know that like I need to stay busy. I need to stay occupied because I don't want to become a lazy piece of shit. I don't want to be that person that comes home from work and just like I used to be. I sits down on the couch. Like it's so crazy because there was a point where I was like I'd come home from work and flip the TV on. I'd eat a little something and flip the TV on and just fucking veg out till it was time to go to bed. 8:30, an alarm would go off. I'd get up and turn the TV off. I'd go to bed. And it's just not that way anymore. I get off. I've got to go do this. I get off. I got to go do that. I get off. I got to go do this. Whether it's come here and edit or be on another podcast with Tristan. Which sorry, Tristan. I'm so sorry. I suck. Yeah, I mean, I missed last week, but I got home late. It was a long day. I just started a new part of my job, like I just got a different, thing. Yeah, I don't like talking about my work. But, womp womp, yeah. But so that, it caused me a little bit of extra tiredness that I'm not used to. But, and to be late, and I've got video. I've got his podcast and mine. I've got to edit like 2 or 3 of them. So I mean, because he just got a new job, and he's like, I'm so proud of him. I'm so happy for him. Like he's getting his car fixed. Like I heard it running. I was like, woo! It's been sitting in his grass for like over a year or something like that, just sitting there. And he's excited because he's been riding the bike to a bus stop and then taking 3 buses to get to his job. Yeah. And then 3 buses back home every day. Wow. So if he can get his car fixed, he won't have to do that much grinding. He can leave a little bit later. He'll have a little more time for himself, and not only that, but you guys will probably see him a lot more over here. We won't have to do the Zoom podcast much anymore. That's
dedication.
He'll be over here. So we'll just roll up and he'll do it here. But no, I definitely don't want to get so busy that I forget about the people that I love and the people that I care about. And, I want to give everybody, like, I've spread myself so thin that but I still want to try and make sure I give everybody my time. Like I haven't been to see my mom in a while, like I miss her. I need to go see her. And I could text her, I could call her, but like, I feel like it's more, and I need to do that too. But like I feel like it's just more of an it's better to go in person so I can give her a hug and give a kiss on the cheek. Yeah. And she could see me that I'm okay and that I want to make sure she's okay and like it's important, like like I said, like I was talking about earlier, as a parent, that eventually your kids are going to get older and they're going to meet someone that they love and meet someone they want to live with or, whatever. They're going to want to fly the coop. You've not had that. Well, maybe you've had that thought, but you've not acted upon it yet because it's smarter to stay here.
I mean, yeah.
Until
I could easily, afford to, live on my own, which
Yeah.
I'm getting there. I'm in school and stuff, and we shall see.
How is school going?
It's very good.
Tell me about it.
It's very fun. Well, I just showed you that little video.
Yeah, you're like a little all-star.
No. It's really cool. Very scary.
Why? What's scary about it?
So November, which feels very close by, is when like the clinicals will start, and the classes are getting harder online. It's getting very more serious. But it is also very exciting.
What's a serious job?
Oh, well, yeah. It is very serious. I just hope it goes well. Hope I pass.
Well, I can tell by looking at you, and when like this morning you were showing me this video, and it's funny because like you were like, this probably means something more to me than it does for you, and there's a lot of that going on in my life. Like Alana shows me her stuff with the game, and I don't know anything about it.
Yeah.
She was showing me her stats and this other guy's stats, and I'm like, I don't know what I'm looking at, but okay.
I'm happy for you.
I'm happy that you're happy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, Zoe plays a game that she shows me all the time. I'm like, I don't know what you're doing. If you're doing good, I'm happy for you. Whatever it may be, I truly derive happiness from other people's happiness. And I think there is something to when people are like, I'm an empath. I think that there is real people that are empaths that do. Whether it's you pick up on other people's energies or you give your energy to other people. Like, and I mean, here lately, I've been so full of love and energy, like loving energy that I've been trying to radiate it to people around me, and by the time I'm done with my day, I'm spent.
You gotta be careful with that. Yeah.
My battery.
Too much.
Yeah, there's a little animated thing that goes around Instagram. You've probably seen it, of a guy walking around and he's all filled up. He's like all green all the way to the top, and then somebody comes to him crying and he touches them, and it goes down a little bit, and then they fill up. And then something else happens, and somebody's upset or sad, and then and that's how I see myself. Like like when I do that, it fills me back up because I see people being happy. Like,
right.
And I know that's like the typical definition of a people pleaser, but it's not that. It's a selfish thing for me. I derive pleasure from seeing people smile and be happy. Especially the people I love, especially the people I care about. And I will do anything that I can for those people. Whatever is within my realm of possibilities or my
someone
abilities.
For me? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's not in my, I said it's got to be in my wheelhouse. Okay, that's out of my wheelhouse. Maybe help you bury them,
We'll
but
talk about it off air.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, we just got, our FBI agents just went, what's that?
Oh no, mine loves me.
Yeah.
They say crazy shit all the time.
Yeah. So, I don't know.
Yeah.
What else you want to talk about? What else is going on in Bianca's life?
Wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning and then go work till 5 p.m. Maybe go out. It's
about the extent of it.
Yeah, it's pretty schooly right now. A lot of computer work, a lot of work at work. Main focus.
No, I'm proud of you.
See family.
I'm very proud of you. And you just had a birthday.
Oh, I did.
How old did you turn?
I think 24. I think.
She's not sure, folks. She's not sure.
No, yeah, I think that's correct. I know how old I am.
Well, like I said, I'm proud of both of my children for achieving their, or working towards their goals and achieving their goals. And I'm talking about you like you're not here, but
I'm right here. I'm kidding.
No, I mean, and I love you guys very, very much. I'm very proud. I'm proud of you for sticking with this and not only sticking with it, but it's become like a passion of yours.
Well, talking about purpose earlier, I feel like you guys raised two healers. Like we just want to
help people.
Yeah.
I like that.
I feel like that's my purpose.
I think maybe it is. I mean,
It could change.
It could change. That's what I'm like. The lady that was in here, like that's kind of what her path started this way,
right? And
because of her thirst for knowledge, it just went, and now she's got more letters than the alphabet under her title, and so, yeah, there is. I believe that you're right. I believe that. In whatever way, whatever capacity, I do believe that you and Gabby are both healers. I believe that you have the ability to heal through love or through joy or through sacrifice or not like human, but
sometimes, I don't talk about that. I'm just kidding.
Or animal sacrifice. None of that shit going on here, but I do believe that, and I don't think when I think of healers, I don't think of like metaphysical shit, like it's not that. It's just your presence, being in your presence, because you've made me laugh when I've had like the shittiest day, like I've had like a long day and maybe I am vegging out on the couch that one day a week where I can actually do that. And I'm just like, I've had such a shit day. I just want to turn everything off, ignore everyone, and just turn that TV on. And it's like my happy place.
And then here I come.
And then you come through. And for a minute, I'm like, God dang, Bianca, shut the fuck up. But you go over, you push it to the limit, and then you go beyond. Kind of like Yami and Asta and, Black Clover. I'm gonna push past my limits. You definitely push past your limits, and you create extra craziness in the house, and it's good craziness. It's fun chaos.
It comes out of nowhere.
Yeah,
it just has to happen.
Yeah, and and it's like you guys have always been able to do that, like both of y'all.
Yeah.
So I'm like I said, I don't know. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of Gabby. I'm proud of all you guys, all my children's. And I hope that no matter what, you continue to work on yourself. You continue to strive for a goal, whatever that goal looks like. And you can have multiple goals. Yeah. You don't have to just have one,
Just need to stay healthy.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's a goal for sure. Stay healthy so you can continue to crush.
I worry about like uncontrollable things a lot. Like...
Such as
being scared of being like destined to just be very ill, like for things to progress.
And I think that you can, I think that there's something very real about that. And I think that you have a condition, which is not, it's not in your head, it's real. Yeah. But I also believe that whatever power you give that thing,
well, right. Yeah.
Like if you don't give that thing power, it's not going to go away, but you'll be able to continue to prosper. Like I've met people that have what you have, and they're way older than me, and they had a great life. They traveled, they did all the things they ever wanted to do, and there's a little bit of pain now, but like it's still doable. Life is still can be enjoyable. They're not like curled up in a fucking corner somewhere and just, like you think you'll be in a fucking wheelchair. Like they're not, and well, so, and I see the same thing for you. I hope the same thing for you. Yeah. You got to stay positive, kid.
Yeah, for sure.
Just like when like if somebody has cancer and they're like, oh, I'm fucking dead now, they're going to probably go. They're not going to fight. They're not going to work through whatever they got to work through. They're not going to do the work that they need to do
Right.
You know, it's a lot of this shit is about mindset. Like,
Yeah.
I'm being honest. Like, I've found in my life when I'm like, no, you know, when things are bad, you know, and I get down on myself, and like right now, and then the more I talk about it and I get through it, I work through it,
Right.
you know, and then once I'm done, I'm like, oh, okay. So now I'm going to be positive about this thing. I'm going to only think good thoughts about this stuff. And generally speaking, those things do get better, whether it's whatever, it doesn't matter. You know, like I've had pain in my body. I've hurt myself really bad and probably should have gone to get looked at by a doctor, but I didn't. And, you know, but I'm like, it'll go away. The pain will go away. I got to keep pushing forward, you know, and eventually I don't feel the pain anymore. It's still there. And it reminds me that it's still there occasionally. You know, like I hurt my left arm pretty fucking bad lifting some pallets at work a while back. Didn't say anything to anybody. But I heard and felt something go, like I heard it in my arm. It was like a tendon or something. So now when I do curls or bicep curls, it hurts so bad. And I feel like my hand is going to let go of the weight. Like it's almost like I can't grip. But I keep doing it. And the more I do it, the less it hurts.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, it's
that's good.
probably not good.
Yeah.
The thing, whatever it was. It was probably, I feel like it was like some kind of tendon or something like that you probably need, but it's like, you'll be fine without it.
This guy.
I know. I'm dumb.
No.
You know, I have dumbed my way through life. I dumbed my way through fatherhood. I dumbed my way through every situation in my life. Like I have somehow stumbled and Forrest Gumped my way into where I'm at right now.
And that's okay.
And I
like
think I'm
that.
just going to keep stumbling. You know, like I feel like that's my purpose, is just to be a bumbling fucking fuckhead. You know, but like I said, there's many things in my life that make me question if there's a God. What the fuck? You know, what was the story in the Bible about was it Job? Where they were testing him, like the devil and God got together and said, hey, okay, so, you know, there was a story in the Bible. I don't know if you're watching this, you can chime in with the in the comments. But there's a story in the Bible about the two of them getting together and being like, you know, the devil's like, I can sway your people. Like I can influence them to come to my side. And he's like, no, you can't. So this one man, they focused on his family. They took his family and they all died of illness. He lost his job. He lost his house. He lost his family. He lost fucking everything. But they were waiting to see how much he could lose before he lost his faith. And apparently, I don't remember how the story ended. You know, spoiler alert.
I don't know.
But I think it ended with him keeping his faith. Like he stayed true. But yeah, I don't know. Don't be testing me like that. Don't be doing that. Because I done lost faith in all of y'all. I don't believe in the devils. I don't believe in gods. I don't believe in none of that shit. You know, I believe that there may be some kind of intelligent creator that's because when you look at this universe, you're like, it's just all dark and there's fucking multiple universes out in the world. Like what?
Rocky's out there somewhere.
Right. Amaze. And it's just like, I mean, I don't want to say that I don't believe in God. That's harsh, but like, you know,
well, for you, it sounds like the whole thing of where you said, come sit in my fucking, beside
my
me,
car.
like, then I would believe, or kind of like,
right.
You know you're there. And I think a lot of people feel that way. And then the other side is it's just something people, you know,
they just accept and believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. My brain is too wired differently to accept that, to accept and just to go, I just believe blindly, you know, because there's a lot of things in this world that want you to believe in it just blindly. Our government wants you to believe that they have our best interests. No matter who's in there, they expect us to believe that they've all got our best interests in mind. No, they don't. All they're worried about is their own fucking pocketbook. That's it. Otherwise,
and that we don't try to murder them all.
right. Otherwise, insider trading would be completely illegal. And this, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother podcast. But I don't know where we're at, how long we've been yapping.
Only an hour 25.
That's it. That's about all I wanted to do today. But thank you.
Thank you
for hanging out with me.
I'm going to hang out with you afterwards, too.
Yeah.
Because I live here.
Well, I'm hoping that I was supposed to go get... Well, no, you can come with me. You can come with me. I was supposed to pick up some new chairs for the podcast studio. And I don't know if there's a young lady I used to work with. She has an office, and they're like upgrading their office, and they're trying to get rid of all this shit. But they have like brand new looking chairs, and the hydraulics are going out in mine. So you just see people just slowly just shrink down. But so I need to get some new chairs in here. But I don't know how long she'll be at the office. She may be done for the day. I may have to pick them up on Monday. But yeah, and thank you guys for staying and watching and being devoted to us. I appreciate it. Yeah, shout out.
Applause.
That's what's up. Be looking forward to, there will be some interviews coming. I don't know who all's coming on. I know I've got a few in mind. I've got one or two scheduled sporadically throughout the rest of this month, but I'll get it. I'll make it happen. I've got some ideas of who I want to talk to. I bring back some old buddies of mine if they're willing to come in and sit down and chat with me. I tried to get Russell to come on this week. I don't know if you ever met Russell. He's a photographer.
I don't think
He brought his
so.
daughter one time. She's a
Aw.
photographer. They work together. It's so cute. It's so sweet.
That is cute.
It's they do sports and stuff. She's doing that for school. Like she's going to college and she does that. She's like
Cool
like
as
the
hell.
college sports photographer. Like she's out there fucking doing the damn thing, which is awesome. I'm really excited about that, but he's busy on Saturdays shooting sports, so I would have to have it a Sunday podcast. And that's the thing. It may be, if we continue to do the live, it may switch up every now and then. Maybe it'll be a Saturday, maybe it'll be a Sunday, maybe it'll be both. Who knows? But, I have been thinking about just, I've been batting it around just doing a recording instead of live. But still being the same way.
Right.
Like still being produced the same way, just recording it. And then having to add an intro and an outro and then upload it. Or, I mean, you do it live anyway, so you could do it and then, I could just take the recording and upload it. But that way, if I do record and I can stack them, like I can get like 4 or 5 in the bank, in the whatever you want to call it, on the hard drive. I could do that. And then
post them out.
If for some reason I have a missed, where somebody cancels on me or whatever, I could just post another one. Yeah. And it'll be fine. But this live shit, it was really hot for a minute, but now it's starting to fall off, so I'm questioning whether I'm going to keep doing it live. That's the only thing that really set me apart from other podcasters, especially here in Jacksonville, is that we do a live show.
Yeah. Which is pretty cool.
I think so. I think it's pretty neat. I think, and I had this conversation too with Tristan, and I think there was a craze of podcasters, and everybody was podcasting, and the market was saturated with podcasters. But I do think that people are starting to, time will weed out the bullshit people.
Like that aren't really in. Run.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The people that are just
not consistent.
They want to be famous, and they think that they can do 5 episodes of a podcast and it's going to be on Barstool Entertainment, and they're going to make millions of dollars. Well, guess what? Motherfucker, it don't work that way. I've been doing this shit for a really long time, and it don't work that way.
Very rare for anyone in any kind of social media thing to just take off.
Right. Unless you already have a huge following, your podcast isn't going to do shit. And then not only that, you have to have kind of an international or just a national following. You can't just have like 100,000 followers in Jacksonville, because I guarantee you those 100,000 followers ain't going to watch your shit. I mean, across all platforms, I have a couple thousand, which is great, but it's not enough to where people, I mean, I feel like the people that view it, the number of views I get is very proportionate to the number that I have
Mm-hmm.
of subscribers and followers. So
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I said I feel like
Right.
I don't want to know. I don't want to
Yeah.
look at it. I don't want to fucking know. I don't want to hear about it. I
Yeah.
don't want nobody to tell me about it. Just leave me be. I don't fucking want to know. And if people don't want to talk to me because maybe I have a smaller following or whatever, I don't fucking care. Then I don't want to talk to you either.
Yeah.
If you're all about numbers and all you
Right.
care about is that, like, as clout, like, fuck off, dude. I do not want to talk to people like that. Unless I'm just doing a fucking psychological experiment and I want to pick your fucking brain to find
Right.
out why you're a psychopath.
Yeah. Kind of takes the reason out for like the enjoyment. I feel like.
I think so too. I think that when we talk to people, it's genuine, and you know, people
Like
pick up on genuine stuff.
right.
And I mean,
and numbers matter, for a little bit to like.
if you're trying to make money or
Right,
you know,
right.
like for me, the only reason it matters for me is for my guests. Especially
Right,
if
to
you're
get
coming
their
in.
stuff out there.
Yeah, especially if you're coming in and you want to promote something. I want you to be able to promote it on my podcast. If nothing else, use my fucking platform as a clip farm. Just use it.
Yeah.
Make all the clips you want, the audio visual clips you want, and then you can take the fucking video back and you can cut it up however you want.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Great. I mean, I don't mean fuck
No,
off. Not the bad
I know
way.
what you meant. Yeah.
But just do whatever. I mean, if I can do nothing but help you with that, then great.
Right.
Bruce has made a bunch of clips off of our podcast. In fact, one of the clips he created is on his website on the front page, which is awesome.
that's
Like
pretty cool.
yeah, it makes me feel really good. So
Yeah.
all thing considering, life is good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy. Are you happy?
I'm alive. I'm pretty happy.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, wait.
Look, that's not
Yeah.
the fucking answer I wanted.
Well, I'm
but-
alive, aren't I? No, I'm happy, and I am still kicking. So
Yeah.
that's good.
Me too, just not as high.
Yep.
All right. Well, drop your handle. I'm kidding. I know you probably don't want people following you.
Oh
Unless you want to.
no.
You've got like 20-something accounts.
Do
You did. I don't know if you do anymore, but
that was
young you.
fucking TikTok.
Yeah. All right.
Stay off of there. Okay.
Stay cool. Stay happy. Stay nice. I love you, and we'll see you next week.
See ya.